Good day, this is Mystic CHIVICIN, and once again I welcome you to my YouTube channel. In this YouTube video, we'll be learning how to use our fonts in our designs as a graphic designer. How to use our font in our design, and this is a series on our flyer design masterclass. And so, how will you now, when you understand font uses in your design, you make great flyers because font affects how you pass your message as a graphic designer, because graphic design is beyond just designing, it is message passing. So fonts affects how you pass your message, because a font is just like the writing, just like how you write, just like we have different handwritings in school of different people. That's how we have different fonts or font styles. Yeah, that's how we have these different font styles. So, and if you know very well that um, when we want to pass a message to people, how we write that message um, is beyond the message that is being passed. How that message is being written will determine to a will affect to a great extent how the message will be received by um, the person it's being sent to. And so that is why sometimes maybe I don't know if you've seen a case whereby someone wants to send a message to somebody, but the person knows his handwriting is not beautiful, or maybe he didn't have a good handwriting. He will reach out to somebody that has a very nice handwriting and say, please help me write this message or maybe letter to this person. Why is he doing that? He's using the principle of font. So the fonts you use in your design to a great extent affect how that design will be received, and that is what we have come to learn in this video. And so, talking about font, we have different types of font. We have the sans font, we have the sans serif font, and we also have the scripting font. I'm going to explain this now. When you look at this the font being used here, this design here, Mystic CHIVICIN, this font here is your sans font. Your sans fonts are fonts has that doesn't have pointed edges, now if you look at these edges now, they are just like they are straight. The edges of this font, they are just like they are straight. There are many fonts under your sans font. We have fonts like Gotham, we have your Montserrat, we have your Nexa. So we have different fonts under your sans font. They don't have pointed edges. Now we have another font called your serif font. Your serif fonts are fonts that has those pointed edges. Now when you look at look at this um flyer design, this design now. When you look at it, you see that this font here has pointed edges. They have pointed edges. You see them? They have pointed edges. So this is a serif font. This is a serif font, and under this serif font, we have fonts like your Cinzel, we have fonts like your Tranjas, we have fonts like your Times New Roman. So these fonts are fonts under your serif font, and we have scripting fonts. Scripting fonts that are like now this um when you look at this design, at this background, you see where something like Mystic TV that is being written at this background that is faded here. This Mystic TV here is being it is a scripting font is what is being used to write it. So this Mystic TV here is a scripting for more of scripting, sort of like a signature. That is what scripting font is all about. And under scripting font, We have your fonts like um your grayscale signature, your Brittany signature, and we have other ones, your brush script. So those are your scripting fonts, and we have other types of fonts. Now, when you're when you're designing, when you're designing, it is ideal that you stick to one font style or family. That you stick to one font style or family. Now, have you seen a design that is composed of many fonts? Have you seen a design that is composed of many font style, and with different sizes? When you see that design, you see that that design will not be looking attractive, will not be looking beautiful in the eyes. Now, when you look at professional designs, you notice that those designs are not composed of different fonts. Now, those things don't make your design come out great, they kill the beauty of the design. When you're designing, stick to either stick to just either one font style or one font family. Now, I will explain what font family is all about. Now, there are different fonts. That there are some font that comes as a font family. Now, for example, let's look at one of such fonts that comes with font family. Okay, let's just call this font. Let's call it font. Let's make it bigger so that we can see what we are doing. Okay, this is Montserrat font. Under this Montserrat font, we have different families under it. Let me reduce the okay so that we can see it very well. Now, under this Montserrat font, we have different families under it. Now, this is your Montserrat thin. Now, this is the This is the thin style under the family. This one is the thin style. Let's call this one thin. Now, this one is we have thin italic, we have extra light. This we have light, we have regular. You see that all these are the same font, but different. Um, we have they are the same font, but different grades. So some are bolder, some are what tinier. So this is your regular, and let's make this one bold. We have the bold. We also have what we call the extra bold. So these are different font family under this font. We also have extra bold italic. We have black italic. Black italic will be the one that will be black and what italicized. So these are different font families under this font. Now, there are some designs that professional designers, they stick to one font family in their design. One font family in their design. Now, let me show you some designs I did. Now, I know um you would have seen this design. This is a design that was being used for this course, this advanced graphic design course. When you look at this design now, you notice that one font family was being stick to. Now, the font family I used there was the Montserrat I showed you. We have other font families like your Gotham and other ones. So one font family was being stick to. This is this is your Montserrat bold. You know, the Montserrat either bold or extra bold. This is your regular, these are your regular, and these ones are what, bold. So one font family was being stick to here. So let me show you another design. If you watch this design, we didn't use more than one font here. It's still one font family that was being used there. It's one font that was being used in different ways. One font being used in different ways. If you watch this other design, sorry, if you watch this design, this is your what? This font now is an example of your serif font. So we used this serif font was used to make the main message of the design, while other details of the design was one font family. You can see it. So even if you're using another font, it shouldn't be too much. You can just use a particular font to pass your message, while other fonts will stick to one font family. Now I want you to start noticing um good designs, professional designs that you're seeing from this point, and you start seeing that they are sticking to these principles. Now look at an example of what I just said. This midweek service is the main message. um we used the Cinzel font here, Cinzel font family here, to pass the message, while every other font here, every other detail here, where it was just one font family that was being used. So professional designs don't come with more than one font family. If you're even if you're going to be using another font, it should be like maybe the main message, or you should just you should just know how to use it. Don't use more than one, or highest two, in your design. So that's it about your font. That's it about font family. Now my boss said something in one of his video. My boss Donald Joy, he said something in one of his video. He said to have a clear understanding of the fonts to use, to have a clear understanding of the fonts to use in your design, you must know the industry you are designing for at a point in time. So to know the particular font to use, maybe you have a work to do, you don't know the font to use in your design. To know the font to use, you must have an understanding of the industry you're designing for. For example, if your design is not the font you use for a church design, that you use for maybe a tech design, these are different fonts. Or maybe you're designing for children, for kids, it's not the same font that goes for kids that will go for what, let me say, for adults. Kids might flow well with maybe fonts that are playful, fonts that are attractive, something like that. But adults, they flow well with fonts that are serious. You get. So you know you have a clear understanding of the um industry you're designing for. But then if you're still unaware of the design you're doing, stick with sans font. You cannot go wrong using sans font. Sans fonts are fonts like this, your Montserrat or your Gotham. We have Gotham. Let me use Gotham so that you see what Gotham is all about. Let me use Gotham. Your Gotham is another font family you can stick to. Okay, look at you can see different font styles under this font family. So this is your Gotham. Gotham is also another font family you can stick to. So if you're unaware of the fonts to use, stick with your Gotham, stick with your sans font. You cannot go wrong using sans font. You can't go wrong using it. So any industry that you use sans fonts for, or your serif font, they flow well with them. So stick with your sans font or your serif font if you're unaware of the font to use, either your sans font or your serif font. Now under your serif font, now this one now is your sans, and um this is your serif. This is your serif. Now the serif font are fonts like your Cinzel. You can see this Cinzel has different font families under it. We have Cinzel regular, Cinzel bold, Cinzel black, Cinzel decorative. You can see regular, decorative bold, decorative black. Now this is your what? Your serif. Sans has doesn't have pointed edges. Serif has pointed edges. So if you're unaware of the font to use, stick with either your sans font or your serif font. You cannot go wrong using these fonts for your design. I don't know if you're getting this. Please don't forget to, if this video is helping you, don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel, like this video, and also help us leave a comment. Thank you very much. So that's it um it. So like I said before, to have a clear understanding of the fonts to use, know the industry you are designing for, and now when you're designing a when you're making a design, know how to master how to prioritize your different font sizes in your design. Depending on the message you're passing, depending on the message you're passing, know how to give importance to your messages using your fonts. I will explain. Now, let's look at this design again. You can see in this design now, the main message was being a serif font was being used, while all other fonts there are what are your sans font. Why this is your serif font as the last message of the design. Now, know how to, what I was saying is know how to use your font sizes in your design. This is the main message of the design. Flyer design, you can see is bold. You can see it's bold. Now when you look at this design, the first thing your eye will go to is your flyer design. Why? Because the designer made it um the center of the message in this design. After this, your eye will now go to your advanced graphic design course 2.0 before you now start to, now before your eye will go to all these details here, your course outline will get to you first because it was being prioritized before these ones. So you should know how to use them. Now let me show you other designs to explain this better. Now look at this design now. You will see that um by priority, this, although this is not the first thing in this design, this mystic CHIVICIN here is the first thing in this design, but the first thing your eyes will go to are is this advanced graphic design course. Why? Because the designer made it prioritizes in the design. So you should know how to use your font sizes, know what to magnify and know what to minimize, know what to give attention to. You don't use the same font size in your design. No, you don't use the same font size. By order of importance, you know the one that should be made visible and the one that should be made tiny or little. Now when you look at this now, these details now are being, it's still the same font family. This is your bold font family, these ones are your regular. Now when you see this now, class duration class duration was being made with a regular font family, and this February 6 to 28 2023 was being made bold. Why? Because this detail here is the main detail that is explaining this class duration. That was why the designer made it this bold. So know how to use your font sizes to pass your message. Know how to use your font sizes to pass your message. Every detail in your design is important, but there are some details that are more important than some. So know how to use your font sizes to pass your message, to pass the message in your design. When you look at the design and you see that they have different font sizes and styles, different font sizes and styles. Now this um is not the same font size that was used here that was used here. It's not the same font style, and if you see it, they are different font sizes and of different sort styles. The same thing goes here, different font sizes and different size. So know the know how to give importance, know how to use your fonts, your sizes while designing. All these things that I'm noting now, they will help you. So these are the principles that should guide you if you're using fonts in your design. Please, I know this video was helpful to you very well. I know this video was helpful to you very well. This is a series on our flyer design masterclass. There are still other things we will still touch in this series, and I know that um, you will love them. As we create more videos in this series, I'll be dropping them under the description of these videos so that you can still um, connect to them. Thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe if you've not done so. Subscribe to this channel, like this video, and help us leave a comment if this video was helpful to you. Once again, I'm Mystic CHIVICIN. Thank you very much, and God bless you.